how would you invest about $1,000 into Bitcoin? My view is about 90% of the money that you're investing into cryptocurrency should be going to Bitcoin, because that's the leader. People are starting to accept that for all kinds of businesses. Don't you agree?
Yep.
So that's a good thing. I think if you're gonna put your money into alternative currencies, it should be with the leader. And also, the other remaining 10%, I would say maybe 8%. No, yeah, 8% of your 100% to go into Ethereum. Then the question is, where do you put the rest of the money? So the last 2%, I would recommend putting into some of the alternatives, like there's a Cosmos, there's a Tezos, there's a Bitcoin Cash. There's a few like that, and there's like a really small one that put some money into Algorand. I don't know if that's gonna do well or not, but the point is, don't put a lot of money into these smaller, really small cryptocurrencies, because there's a high chance that they're gonna go down to zero. But on the other hand, if they do take off by having just a little bit of money into it, you have the chance that maybe one of them will become like Bitcoin in the early stages. So that's like a gamble just to put a few. But let's talk about what's likely to happen. If you think about it, during this presidential campaign, nobody even talked about cutting spending or the debt. I noticed that wasn't a discussion at all in any of the congressional races, the presidential campaigns. Nobody talked about it. So that says one thing: there's going to be a lot of spending and nobody cares about the national debt. And that's a good thing for people who are interested in cryptocurrencies, because there we get to profit from the catastrophe of what happens whenever you continue spending money you don't have. Eventually, there's one thing will happen. Will it be either hyperinflation or a default on the debt somehow, and the market's crashing. But Bitcoin may be worth way more than $1 at some point in the future, just because the fact of the matter is, it's a currency built on a structure that can't really just be inflated away, just like the dollar can. So
it's only going to be worth more than $1?
Well, it's okay. Okay, it's worth $15,000 goes to one Bitcoin. So of course, yeah, it's worth more than $1. What I meant by that is that more people will just use that instead of the dollar. That's what I really meant. And I think that you see it a lot with young people. It's kind of amazing, because you would think older people would be thinking, hey, what about the fact that the dollar has gone down like 98% in the last 100 years? It's amazing how young people are picking up on this right away. They can see that politicians are promising all kinds of things: free healthcare, free college, free this, free that. And I think in the back of their minds they're saying, well, who's going to pay for this? Well, you are, obviously. So one way or another, they're not going to... inflation is kind of like a backdoor tax, because taxes are very unpopular. So one way to do things is to just make the currency worth less. They spend the money and just print a whole bunch of it to pay for these things. And that's one reason why cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin is very unpopular in a lot of places. Okay, but let's get back to how you should actually just strategize and invest in this. I think you should try investing it on a monthly basis. That's what I did. I first started out with like a big position. Like, okay, so if you're gonna invest 1,000, what I recommend doing is to put in 500, then all in a lump sum, and then slowly start adding every single month. Like pick a day of the month that you're gonna add, and that way you benefit from the fact that you're not gonna get as scared out of the position, because you're just slowly adding to it at that point. And I actually did very well at this, because I started my big position around when it was 9,400. I think it's now over 15,000. So one of the tricks is to continue adding, though, because I do strongly believe that Bitcoin will be around 100,000 to 1 million over, I don't know, maybe five years from now. So you're not going to see stocks making that kind of move, but you are definitely going to see Bitcoin doing that kind of move, just because of the nature of what Bitcoin is. It's a way to stop the super inflation that's coming. So let me know, do you think inflation is coming? I look forward to hearing your comments below, and be sure to click the like button. It's very, very important for the Google algorithm, and I'll talk to you in another video.